right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cardinal Stadium in Landrum, South Carolina for today's matchup between the Cardinals of Landrum High School and the Lancers of Legion Collegiate Academy. I'm Luke Ruff coming to you live tonight after a myriad of technical difficulties that really threatened to shut this thing down before it even got started, but I'm glad to say that as of Friday, October 16th at 7:23 p.m., everything is good to go and running. Hopefully we'll be able to maintain that momentum through the rest of the evening. Fingers crossed on that one. But until then, we've got what should be a really interesting matchup between the Landrum team that is really looking to rebound after an ugly loss last week and an LCA team that's really kind of looking to establish themselves in the midst of this division. Only 3 games played between these two teams. Landrum has played 2. They beat Blacksburg 29-27 in their season opener on the road, and then lost to Chesnee here last week by a 40-14 margin in a game that was actually tied at 14 at the half. And then on the other side of the ball, LCA is 0-1, also coming off of a loss to Chesnee 2 weeks ago. And you can see the Lancers over in the top left corner of your screen getting ready to run out onto the visitor side of the field. They've already sent their team captains out to midfield. Can't quite see them. And there come the Lancers. White helmets, white jerseys, and navy blue pants, as opposed to Landrum's all-black look with some players sporting pink socks for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay, as we meet for the coin toss for the visitors, the Lancers, the captains are number 9.
Your team captains for Landrum, can't quite see them right now. They're over at midfield. Cooper Gentry, who had a pretty nice game last week at quarterback. We've got running back Bo Burnett, alongside Dylan Arthur, the kicker, number 14, and Austin Harris.
Number 22, Bo Burnett. Number 14.
And there we go. You can see him now.
And number 6, Austin Harris. Okay, that's the captains. Have their introductions with the officials and get ready for the coin toss. We'll kind of look in and see who wins. There's the toss. Okay, the Lancers have won the toss and they've elected to defer to second half, so they'll be kicking off to the Cardinals to get this game underway. And they will line up, kicking a little north to south, if you will. As they shake hands or bump fists, they'll get ready to come out.
All right, so it looks like about the same formula we saw last time out for the Cardinals. Lost the opening toss. Other team deferred to the second half, so Landrum is going to start the game with the ball. Now, last time that happened against Chesnee, Landrum executed one of the best high school drives I've seen in a while, went straight down the field, scored on the Eagles, no problem. and tried the rest of the game to find the momentum they caught on that drive. So we'll see if they can replicate that initial success here tonight as they come out of the band tunnel. Ready for action here and hopefully ready for a better offensive performance. I really do think their defense did as good as they could against Chesnee. Just got to get a little bit more efficiency out of this offense, maybe open things up a bit more for Cooper Gentry. And I think if you can get him in a rhythm, he really looked like a tried and true gunslinger in that last game. So I think if you can get him really slinging the ball downfield, it's going to cause a lot of problems for Legion Collegiate here tonight. But things we'll wait and see, because Landrum tried as hard as they could to establish the run last night. Chesnee had looked like they game planned for it, couldn't get much going on the ground. And it was tough sledding for most of the night, really, for the Cardinals. But we'll see what else changed. Does not look like the kick return team has changed. You've got Patrick Clark and Bobby Dodd back to receive. Both of them had pretty big games last week. Just a few moments away from getting this thing started. High school varsity action between the Legion Collegiate Academy Lancers and the Landrum Cardinals. And this is Colin Mustrick back to kick for the Lancers. And Mustrick, the kick is going deep, and that one's going well into the end zone. Bobby Dodd lets it roll back for a touchback, and Landrum's going to take over at the 25-yard line. So again, especially in the second half of the last game, we saw a lot of heavy formations out of Landrum. Not so many of the four receiver sets like you're seeing here. We'll see what they do. 23 is given inside leverage. I think they won't hit the seam to that bottom slot receiver. They've got it. And that's where they tried to go. Cooper Gentry led him just a tad too far. Good recognition. Noah Hyder, the intended receiver, just couldn't hook up there. It's going to bring up second down and 10. That was Niven Barnes on the coverage there. And like I was saying, you could kind of see Barnes leveraging number 9 to the outside of the field, meaning that he was kind of giving him that inside lane. And now Gentry's going to have trips to his right-hand side, and he motions Dodd over, and this one is blown up well into the backfield. I'm not even sure who got that handoff. Looks like number 23. That's Ryan Bunlett. And that is going to bring up a really big momentum-killing loss there. 3rd and 15 now for the Cardinals. And again, 4 receivers, Bunlett in the backfield alongside Gentry. Lancers playing very aggressively on the defensive front. Everybody really close to the line of scrimmage. And the Lancers are going to send the heat. Only drop 5, and it works out. That is Noah Hyder's second target. Gentry overthrew him once again. I think he was trying to argue that he got held there, but like the ref's not throwing that flag, letting the guys play. And that is going to be a very fast 3 and out for Landrum. Only, 49 seconds elapsed on that drive. 2 incomplete passes and a 5-yard loss. And interesting note here that, no, that is not Cooper Gentry. No, it is. It's Cooper Gentry back to punt this one. He handled the punting duties last time out. This one is fielded around the 45 and still going. We've got a flag down. Could be an illegal block. The markers are down at the Landrum 45. If it stands, Legion Collegiate returned that kick out to the 30-yard line. So we'll check and see what that flag was for. Now, due to those technical difficulties I referenced earlier, I was not here for the pregame warm-up, so I didn't get to scout the Lancers, essentially, but judging by the roster that they've given me, I'm not seeing very many wide receivers. I'm seeing a lot of running backs, and I see a fullback. So if I had to guess, this is going to be a ground-and-pound I-form style team, just put 2 men in the backfield and hammer it up the middle every chance he gets. So we'll see what they do here. And that flag was indeed against the Lancers. They're going to send that back to where the kick was fielded at the Lancer 45. It'll be 1st and 10. And looks like I'm eating my words already. Come out in a 3-receiver set. They're going to hand this off to the big man. That is Nathan Kelly, who is listed as a running back, but he looks a lot like the fullbacks Chesnee used last week, and he rumbles forward for a gain of, looks like they're going to call that 8. They'll bring up 2nd down and 2. And we've got a stoppage already. Looks like an injury timeout. I think that's Bo Burnett coming off the field, holding his wrist. Hope he's okay. All right, so Lancers go under center. They're going to hand this one off again, and he's still going all the way down. They're going to knock him out at the 32-yard line. Nathan Kelly, I've got a feeling we're going to be calling his name quite a lot tonight. Big run there for the Lancers. They're able to pick up a 1st down off of it. And again, I'm not entirely sure how much Legion Collegiate might have done to their game plan after seeing what happened with Chesnee last week, but you've got to be thinking that what those fullbacks of Chesnee were able to do to Landrum, I think both of them, mind you, 2 fullbacks had about 100 yards rushing in that game, and they're going to throw this one out to number 10. We'll try and get a number. Just a quick tunnel screening. Great pursuit there by Peyton Atkins. That was Vic Lindsay trying to reverse field and take that one back over to the top of the screen, and Atkins was able to chase him down in the open field and make a really nice tackle. Bring up 2nd down and 8. But yeah, as I was saying, fullbacks who normally might get 100 rushing yards in an entire season both got about 100 on Landrum last week. Again, it was a triple option offense, so you have to kind of expect that the stats are going to be a little bit bloated, but still, the Cardinals gave up a ton of rushing yards to really big-bodied backs, and by the time the 4th quarter rolled around, they just looked gassed. And so you got to be thinking that factored into the Lancers' game plan, even if it was just a little bit. And now we've seen 3 handoffs to Kelly, I believe, 2 of which have gone for 1st down, so something to keep an eye on here as we move forward. Clock is ticking. We've got just over 9.5 minutes left to go in the opening quarter here. Lancers breaking the huddle. Looks like they're going to try to burn some clock in the same way Chesnee did last week. And going with a bunch set here. Everybody in close to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to throw this one. Quarterback was under a lot of heat. That was, yeah, it's Joey Helinski passing there for the Lancers, and he got hit on the end of that throw. Really great penetration there by the Landrum defensive line, right into his blind spot. Couldn't quite get his feet set. Think he might have heard the footsteps there, and they'll set up a 2nd down and 10. And yep, looks like they're going back under center now. Going to try and establish the run a little bit more, I imagine. Yep, they're going to pitch this one out to Kelly. He's got the edge, and a flag is thrown. If it stands, Kelly's going to get all the way down inside the red zone and to around the 8-yard line, but this could be coming back. Yeah, Legion's already marching it back.
Austin Harris, number 6, on the tackle for the Cardinals.
And yep, there go the Lancers, looking like it's going to be 2nd down and 20. Now, interesting note, the clock actually was rolling while they were moving that ball back. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but we are below 8.5 minutes now in the 1st quarter. And you might address that here in a second. That is kind of odd. Or as it stands, nope, they're just going to hand this one off. Up to the outside, and great penetration by the Cardinals defensive line yet again, stopping Donovan Pittman well into the backfield. And the Lancers already trying to open up the playbook, and Landrum has been ready for it, looks like. Yeah, that is going to set up, I think this is 3rd and 30. Yeah, so if you like halfback screens, you've probably come to the right place. And Helinski went all the way over to the sideline to get this play in. I cannot imagine it's anything too complex. This early on in the game, they've already got some momentum from that first 3 and out. Don't want to get too cute here. And no, Helinski's going to drop back a throw, and he dodges a free rusher, and now he's just going to take off. He got about 3 yards on that. But, yeah, really surprised they tried to throw that one, honestly. I figured they'd just, at the very most, try a screen pass to Nathan Kelly on that one. And Helinski almost bit the dust again on that one. Would have set up around a 4th and 38, but as it stands, it's just 4th and 30. Lancer set, or 4th and 27. Helinski did pick up a couple yards on that scramble. And this is Colin Muschik back to kick, and this one goes almost straight up. I don't even think he got that one past the line to gain. Yeah, this one's going to be spotted at the 15, so that is a total win for Landrum defensively. Looks kind of rickety there to start it out, but they really got it together there in the second half of that drive. So both teams trading punts early on. 6:37 left to go in the opening quarter. And so here we are once more. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. And looks like we've got another flag, a legal block in the back, I think, against Legion Collegiate. So this one's going to move up to the 25. Wait, no, they're still going. Yeah, all the way up to the 26-yard line. So another nice break there for Landrum, and it looks like Cooper's going to have an empty backfield to start out with. More often than not, they've motioned Bobby Dodd into the backfield at the snap, but they've got the numbers if they want to throw a screen out to him on the bottom. And no, it's just going to be a quick out to, yeah, it's Noah Hyder, and he's going to be able to pick up 5 yards, so a nice little play there. Yeah, that'll definitely be something to look out for if Landrum goes with that empty set again, because they had 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen on Gentry's left, and the Lancers only had 2 defenders over there. Just a mix-up in coverage, it looked like, and I think if they'd wanted to throw a bubble screen out to Bobby Dodd, he might still be running on that one. So definitely keep an eye out for it. 2nd and 4 now for the Cardinals, and once again in that empty set, and again, only 2 guys off to the bottom of the screen, and Gentry tries to send that one up the seam, and it's intercepted. Sent it too far to the inside, and it's picked off by Judge Collegiate, who returns it out to the Landrum 47. Ooh, so a tough break there for the Cardinals. Gentry saw the same thing I did, and I think those 2 receivers might have just been running a little bit too close together. Usually when you run a verticals concept from trips like that, the receiver that's closest to the hash marks will really bend his route to the inside of the field, but right there they were kind of running perpendicular, kind of running parallel to each other, and I think that's what caused the issue. Gentry led his receiver too far to the infield, right into the arms of that safety, and a pretty easy pick for the Lancers. So another turnover here, if you count punts as turnovers. Lancers have the ball on the 49, 1st and 10. Oh, and Landrum jumps there, so Legion Collegiate's going to move even further into Cardinal territory. It'll be 1st down and 5. All right, and we got a shotgun snap. They were handing that one off to a new running back. That is Zion Rashid. But we've got flags. And now the Lancers look to be moving backward. And So right back to square one, it looks like. 5-yard penalty sends the Lancers back to the Landrum 49. And yeah, Helinski's going to go back under center here. This looks like their base formation. Oh, and another one! We'll see who moves 5 yards this time. And yep, this one's on the Lancers. Tried to get the 5 yards they had back and does not quite go according to plan. So second and 15, or first and 15 now. So this looks to be the same play. Yeah, it's a pitch out to Rashid, and he's got the edge. It's going to be up to the Landrum secondary to stop him, and they take him down after a 5-yard gain. So after all that, it's second and 10. All right, so here we go. Faux I formation here for the Lancers. And no, they're just going to throw this one out. Oh, and that pass. Whoa, yeah, that was intended for Ian Kramer, and he led him way too far to the inside of the field on that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 after a near disaster there. Yeah, on screen passes like that, you've always got to throw that ball right to your receiver. You got to hit him between the numbers. If you lead him upfield like that, it is really safety bait, essentially, for the defense to be able to cheat up and pick that ball off before the receiver can even think about touching it, really. The Lancers are lucky to get away with that one. And look who's back in the game, number 5, Nathan Kelly. Cardinals going to have to watch out for that. And Helinski's back to pass. Looks like he's going to take off. Looking downfield, and now he's just going to bite it, get what he can. Might have gotten 2 yards on that one. And the Lancers are going to punt once more. 4th down and 9 coming up.
Number 4, Colin Mustard, back to do the punt.
All right, so yet another quick drive. And Mustrick is back to punt, handles the snap nicely. Looked like it was going to be high for a second, and he got this punt off a lot more cleanly, yeah. And once again, it's fielded to the 15 by Patrick Clark. Doesn't look like there are any flags this time, so Landrum's going to take over from there. 4 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
On the 15-yard line for the Cardinals.
Okay, yeah, so here is a little bit, or no, that was an illusion. This is just a trips formation. You couldn't really see Bobby Dodd there. And wouldn't you know it, he gets the snap on a little jet sweep, and he might have gotten a yard on that one. Yeah, the Lancers look to have been watching their film. Landrum ran that about 5 times, I think. They did score on it right at the tail end of the second quarter, and just nothing going there. Bobby Dodd, yeah, they didn't even give him anything. 2nd down and 10. So not much happening there. Landrum just moving to the other hash. Still in that trips formation. I thought it was a different one because Bobby Dodd was so close to the line of scrimmage. He looked like he was lined up as a tight end. But the formation was just kind of compressed with them being on the near hash and all. And we've got a timeout taken by Landrum. So I suppose we'll be back in 30 seconds.
And if you would just give us your spirit when we call out your name. Thank you. All right. Taylor Ashmore. Lathan Bowman. Lindley Champion. Jasmine Daughtery. Emily Dixon.
All right, so here we go. Looks like the same formation. Yeah, they motion dot again, and we've got more flags. And now the Cardinals are moving back. Yeah, I wish I had a notebook up here with me so I could keep track of this stuff, but I think we might have had more penalty yards than offensive yards so far. Been a rough and tumble game so far, but yeah, Landrum is still coming out in that trips formation. Lancer's playing really close to the line again. They're sending the heat. This is a tunnel screen out to Clark, and he's got some room. He's got a lot of room. Caught a nice block by Hyder, and he's going to be hammered out at the 38-yard line, and there come the flags. Yeah, that was a pretty late hit, so 15 yards tacked on to the end of what was already a big run. And that's the kind of stuff you want to call against a defense that's playing that aggressively. The Lancers have been blitzing a lot. Again, because Landrum's only had 5 people in to protect Gentry for most of the game. I think the Lancers saw that as an exploit and figured they could hit home so long as they could get to Gentry before he threw the ball. And the best way to combat that is to get the ball out very quickly. And, just a quick tunnel screen out to Patrick Clark, who had a pretty quiet game last week, save for kick returns, but making his presence felt here earlier tonight as he takes the Cardinals across midfield for the first time. Ball is on the Lancer 49. And yet another stoppage. Refs explaining some things with the linemen, it looks like. All right, so here we go. 2 receivers on either side for Gentry. And he's going to hand this one off to Ryan Butler. No, he keeps it, and I don't know how he broke that first tackle. And I think he's going to lose a yard on that one, but good on him to dodge that first hit and not lose more. That was blown up almost immediately by the Lancers.
Second down.
All right, so, yeah, who would have guessed? Another flag. Landrum's going to move this one back. 2nd and 16, okay. Yeah, 3:31 left in what has been a very messy opening quarter. A lot of laundry on the field. Both teams, really at this point, just kind of trying to establish a rhythm here. Split backfield. Everybody bunched in pretty tight for Landrum, and they're going to motion Bobby Dodd way out into the flat, and he's got it, and man, that was some really, really nice pursuit by the Lancers. Sky Woodard there making the tackle. And Landrum, I'll admit, they did telegraph that play, but that was a really, really good open field tackle there by Woodard. And, it's going to go for a loss. It'll set up 3rd and 18, I believe. Yeah, if the Cardinals want to dial up another one of those tunnel screens, now is probably the time. Once again, Lancers playing a lot closer to the line of scrimmage than I thought they would. Just one deep safety could be interesting. And yeah, Gentry's looking deep. I think he saw it, and that's going to be an arm punt. I think that was intentional. And that one was intercepted by Judge Collegiate once more, his 2nd pick of the game. But yeah, considering how far he threw that one, I really think that's what we call an arm punt, where you just have the quarterback intentionally throw the ball as far as you can and hope it gets intercepted, because usually the field position a defense gets from that is worse than what they'd get from a punt. So the Lancers are going to take over at the 21-yard line after what we'll call it an arm punt. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to go. right, and oh, had a lot of trouble there with the snap. And LCA is able to dive back on top of it, but not after a loss of 5. That'll push them all the way back to the 16 and set up 2nd down and 15. Okay, so they're going to motion out Rashid way off to the right. Oh, and it does not work out. Great time for Landrum to dial up some pressure. That was their only blocker in the backfield, and they sent him out. Landrum comes in with some heat, and they're able to sack Helinski. No problem to set up another 3rd and forever. I couldn't give you a number on this. I'm going to call it 3rd and 23. Ball looks to be on the 8. They've got to get to the 32. So 3rd and 24, actually. No, 3rd and 24, not 3rd and 234. And yeah, they're just going to do the smart thing and hand this off to Zion Rashid, who gets right back to the line of scrimmage. And so now Colin Muschik is more than likely going to come out onto the field and punt this one from his own end zone. 4th and 24. A minute 28 left to go in quarter number 1 here from Cardinal Stadium. And Landrum having some substitution issues. It looks like they got everybody off okay. But they were really scrambling to get everybody they needed into and out of the game there. This is Patrick Clark, and he fair caught it at the Lancer 47. So Landrum actually going to pick up about where they left off. Or no, I think they actually gained 5 yards on that exchange. So the arm punt looking like a genius move now. Because, yeah, the Cardinals definitely gained yards out of that one. Credit to their defense for making the Lancers go backwards on that drive. 80 seconds left in quarter number 1. Cooper Gentry looking to rebound from 2 interceptions thrown already. He's got 2 receivers on either side. Going to drop back, looking long again, but he goes short. That one was intended for Bobby Dodd, and he threw it over his head. That seems to be Landrum's go-to passing concept, just this stick concept. You got your outside receiver running straight down the sideline and toward the end zone, and then you have your inside receiver go 5 yards and then break to the sideline. It's worked really well to this point. Gentry's just got to do a better job of putting the ball on his man, because just about every time they've run that, the slot receiver has been open. And Gentry fakes the handoff. This is a screen out to Clark, and LCA was definitely ready for that one. They're going to lose a yard. Bring up 3rd and 11, maybe 3rd and 10. It'll depend on where they call this forward progress being stopped. Yeah, they'll call it 3rd and 10. So the Lancers not fooled by the tunnel screen that time. And Landrum looking for answers here. Got to get something going. And we've got a new running back. This is Eli Quinn. Did not get many touches last time out. Let's see if he can get anything going. And Gentry's back to pass, offensive line breaking down, and that one was intended for Franklin Davis. Just got away from him. He was hit as he threw, so I think that might have factored into it some. So right now the Landrum offensive line looking to be a big factor moving forward in this game. And believe it or not, we are still not out of the first quarter. A lot of incomplete passes and likewise a lot of clock stoppages. 27.5 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. 4th down and 10. Cardinals back to punt. And Gentry, this one's low. Kind of caught the wind there, and it's going to take a nice Landrum bounce. and be picked up at the 12, and LCA is going to take off, and they got 3 yards on that return. So now the Lancers picking up about where they left off after their punt. All right, and the Lancers were looking to go back to the basics there, and Landrum was ready for it that time. Able to stop Nathan Kelly right at the line of scrimmage. Really, really nice edge off the ball by the Landrum defensive line. Able to shut that play down before it even got started. Bring up 2nd down and 10. And that'll bring an end to what was a very lengthy first quarter. And after all that, we've still got no score. It is tied at 0. Cardinals and the Lancers trading punts, turnovers, and everything in between on that opening series. We'll be back in a few minutes. Yep, I'd say 2 or 3 minutes. We'll be back and ready to go with second quarter action from Cardinal Stadium. I have no idea how long my microphone was off. I apologize for that. Just with a quick update for you here. It looks like it's been a pretty good game between Chapman and Union. Chapman leads that one 13-6. I think they're going into the second quarter in that one, so about where we are. It is homecoming at Chapman, and that would have been the game we would stream, but that's an interesting story, let me tell you. So, earlier this week, WLOS was set to broadcast Spartan High's game on TV. I know it's on MeTV, at least on Dish Channel 40. Not sure about DirecTV, but they were broadcasting that one on TV. But then Spartan High's game got canceled because of COVID concerns. So Chapman was next in line. So WLOS contacted the guys over at Chapman, told them they were going to be ready to broadcast that game, and Mr. McGraw up at the DO figured there wouldn't be much of a point in sending us up there to stream a game that was already being broadcast. So we made it out here to Landrum. All District 1 football games being covered here tonight. The Panthers on the big screen, and Landrum still here live on YouTube for everyone to see. And looks like LCA just ran it up the middle on that one. It'll be a 5-yard gain. Sets up 2nd and 5. Ball's on 25. That's a lot of 5s. And again, now still with that extra blocker in the backfield, I'll try and get a number. That is 81's a tight end, and they're going to hand this one off to Zion Rashid, and I don't know if he got the first down. He got close for sure. And yeah, they're going to give him the first down on that one. And Liam Graham, the senior tight end, has been the guy in the backfield blocking for these running backs, and it looks to be paying its dividends so far. For the first time, I'd really say for either of these teams, we're seeing an offense kind of getting a groove here. Ball's on the 19, so the Lancers are officially in the red zone. 8:47 left to go in the second quarter here. And just as quickly as he showed up, he's gone. Oh, in a lot of trouble with the snap there. And once again, LCA is able to fall on top of it. I think Nathan Kelly went in to grab that one a little too soon. Helinski didn't quite have a handle on it. And Kelly kind of ran into him and put it on the carpet. So another crisis averted there. It's going to be a loss of 4. Could have been a turnover. LCA lucky to come away with that one. Though they are now out of the red zone. Ball is on the 23-yard line. Yeah, and there he is. There is Liam Graham. They take him out for one play, lose 4 yards, so I'm sure he'll be in for a while longer. And they're going to try to pass out of that formation, and nothing doing there. Helinski is dropped again. It's going to set up 3rd and 19. Or no, 3rd and 21. Referees not being generous at all with the spots today. I like it, making the teams earn the yards. So yeah, 3rd down and 21. The Lancers had gotten as far as the 19. They've lost 12 since then. And now I'm sure just trying to get into field goal range, or at least at a manageable angle for their kicker. He did send it into the end zone on the opening kickoff. And Helinski under duress again. He's able to escape, but not for long. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. And the Lancers' offensive line is the one reeling now. So both defensive lines just having a field day so far. 4th down and 23, if not longer. Ball's on the 34. They've got to get down to the 9. And they're just going to send Mustrick on to punt this one. And it's a nice kick, gets some hang time. And it's going to take a nice LCA bounce all the way down to, they're going to mark that one out of the 7-yard line. Or no, the 6, so a good punt there. And honestly, what could be a nice little break for LCA, considering how their defensive line has played to this point. Cooper Gentry, I believe, has only gotten sacked once, but he's been under a lot of pressure. And if the Lancers can sack him here, this is either well within safety territory or probably, right in the midst of it, I'd say. He's standing on his goal line just about. So if he drops back and they sack him, we could see our first points of the game. So likewise, top priority for Landrum has got to be getting some breathing room here, be it with a quick pass or a run up the middle. They got to get out of this hole. And they're going to hand that one off to Bunlett, who might have gotten a yard or two. And yeah, it's going to set up 2nd down and 8, so the Cardinals have a little bit more room to work with. Ball is on the 8-yard line. And they're going to motion dot across the formation again, and I think the Lancers jumped on that one. Referee's going to take a moment to sort this one out. Nobody moving quite yet. And yeah, there they go. Landrum moving it up, going to bring up 2nd down and 3. I think LCA got a little bit flustered when Bobby Dodd took off there. They might have been in some kind of zone look. Didn't think they could quite defend him going across the field like that. And it gives Landrum a free 5 yards and some more breathing room. And there they go again. Another offside penalty going against LCA. And that is a free 1st down for Landrum. You take the yards any way you can get them, you know. We are halfway through the 2nd quarter now, creeping up on halftime, and a drive that started on Landrum 6 has moved forward by way of a 2-yard run and 2 offside penalties. And a little option pitch out to Bunlett. He's got the edge for a moment. Really nice pursuit there by Fisher Shellnut. And Landrum's wanting a late hit flag. Doesn't look like they're going to get it. As it stands, it's going to be a gain of 6 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Good read there by Gentry on that option run. Seeing the defensive back crash in, pitched it out to Bunlett. Had a little bit of open field. Tried to stiff arm his man, but couldn't quite get past him. But still, a 6-yard gain on 1st down is nothing to shake your head at. Or actually, I think they bumped it back down to 5. And Gentry looking to pass, really staring down that left side of the field. Oh, and that was almost a beautiful pass. Bobby Dodd just didn't look like he was quite ready for it. Just sailed over his head. That would have been a great throw between zones. Gentry just not quite able to fit that one in there. 3rd down and 4. 5 minutes and 3 seconds left in the 1st half. Still no score between Landrum and Legion Collegiate. Cardinals looking to change that, but they'll have to convert a 3rd down and 5 here. Eli Quinn is in the game at running back. And they're just going to throw a slant, and that one's batted down by Nathan Kelly, I think. Franklin Davis was the intended receiver, and Landrum is going to be forced to punt. So more tough sledding for the Cardinals there. That missed pass by Gentry looming a little bit. I mean, that was an excellent throw. And Dodd, I don't know if he broke his route a little too far to the inside or if Gentry overthrew him or what exactly happened. And oh, wouldn't you know it, another flag. I think we got a false start against Landrum, maybe. Oh wait, no, that's against LCA. That's going to be a 1st down for the Cardinals. That's a 5-yard penalty on 4th and 5. Yeah, that's going to be a 1st down if it stands. And the ref's still looking to sort this one out. And I think they're going to call this 4th and inches, actually. Or maybe 4th and 1. I'm really not sure what's happening. Other than that, Landrum is bringing their offense onto the field. And yeah, there they go. 1st down and 10. It took a little bit to sort out, but now we're ready to go. First down and 10 for the Cardinals. Ticking under 5 minutes now. They're going to motion Dodd across the formation, and a lot of motion in the backfield for them to just hand it off to Bunley, or no, that's Eli Quinn. Gains 2. Or no, he gains 4. Second down and 6.
Second down. 6 yards.
And Landrum moving a little bit slowly here. I think they're taking a page out of Chesnee's playbook here and trying to make sure they get the last possession of the half right now, because LCA is going to get the ball to start the third quarter. They won the toss and deferred, so Landrum wants to make sure they don't get the ball back here before halftime and have a chance to score. And tried to run the option there, and it looked like Gentry had a lane for a split second, but both of them are really well covered up by the Lancers there. He gained a yard. It's going to bring up third down and 5. And yeah, we are below 3 minutes and 45 seconds now. A really, really important third down here. Even if, Landrum's defense has been playing well, but you have to think they've got to pick up this first down just to give their offense some momentum, something to hang their hat on to this point, because I don't know that they've cracked 100 yards yet. And yep, Landrum takes their last time out. For some reason they ran the clock down to 3:15. I don't know what that's about. But as it stands, 3rd and 5 for the next 30 seconds or so. Landrum, I imagine, in no hurry once they break the huddle here.
Go down 5 and go to the right.
All right, so here we go. Gentry going to swing this one out to the flat, and he didn't get enough gas on that one. Bobby Dodd is taken down at the original line of scrimmage. It's going to stand, unless they're calling that one incomplete. Yeah, they're calling that one incomplete. So lucky break there for Landrum. I think Dodd might have actually dropped that one on purpose, so he didn't lose any yard. Or no, they're saying that is complete now. So it's going to be a loss of 3. And yeah, Gentry just wasn't able to generate enough force on that throw. And you're throwing swing passes like that, you really got to put some heat on them. So your running back not only catches it in stride, but catches it with some room to work upfield. And Dodd had to do everything he could just to reel that one in. Had to go down on one knee to grab it. It was touched down behind the line of scrimmage by a Lancer defender. And that's how a really good-looking 3rd down and 5 turned into 4th and 8. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left. Landrum is going to have to punt, and LCA is going to have a chance to take this thing downfield and score before halftime. All right. Oh, man, and this thing went almost straight up. It's going to go out of bounds at the Landrum 44. That punt netted, I think, 12 yards. So LCA is going to have phenomenal field position starting out. First down and 10 on what is, to this point, I'd argue, the most important drive of the game for both teams. Landrum has got to come up with a stop here, and at the same time, LCA's got to come up with some points. We've got 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second quarter, and nobody has scored. And LCA almost going backwards there again. Helinski, that pass is intercepted! Just kind of threw that one up for grabs, a little too far to the inside. Donovan Pittman was his intended receiver, and it really wasn't that bad of a read. I mean, Pittman was open, but Helinski was under a lot of duress again. Kind of slung that one without really getting his feet set, floated to the inside, and that one was able to be picked off. So now the Cardinals have the ball after what I can only call the umpteenth turnover to this point. So now Landrum, really capitalizing on what I called the most important drive of the game. We'll say this is the most important drive now. 2:55 left. Cardinals have the ball at the 17-yard line. And, oh, we got a double reverse to Dodd, and that looked like an illegal block by the linebacker, and it still doesn't matter because Dodd is taken down way in the backfield. It looked to be number 50, David Dorr, blocking a Lancer defender in the back. The referees didn't see it, but I guess maybe karma going into effect there because, I mean, LCA was all over that one from the times Cooper Gentry said hut. Big loss there. The refs still looking to sort something out. Looks like there is a flag on the field.
Sideline warning.
And it's a sideline infraction against LCA. Or, yeah, just a sideline infraction. No yardage or anything on that one. It's going to set up second down and 17. Both offensive lines really struggling to this point. I mean, passing lanes have been open down the field, but there hasn't been time for either quarterback to throw. And Gentry's going to make some time here. Oh, and Patrick Clark was open, and Gentry short-hopped him by about 2 yards. Tried to come back for the ball, but just too little too late. That would have been a massive, massive play, and comes up just short for the Cardinals. 3rd and 17. All right, so Gentry had an empty backfield, kind of a daring move there, and we've got a flag down. I can't tell who the intended receiver was. Gentry sent that thing straight up the far sideline, had a one-on-one matchup. I mean, it was a good read and a good throw, and judging by how far he overthrew it, I'm liable to think this is some kind of pass interference call, but Landrum, it appears, is moving backward. They've already signaled that it's 4th down. And yeah, I guess they picked the flag up there because Landrum's bringing out their punting unit. So another drive comes to a very abrupt end. And once more, almost no time elapsed on the game clock. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter. I think Landrum had 2:55 left when they got the ball. And we've got another stoppage. I guess they're getting the spot finalized. Referee's still kind of hanging out at the line. Now he's backing off. And, yeah, LCA is getting ready to block this punt. That's going to be it. Low snap. Gentry had to do what he could just to fall on it. This is either going to be a safety or LCA's taking over at the 1. Not a good situation either way, but oh man, worst case scenario there for Landrum. You'd rather have a safety because even though LCA gets the ball back, you know, their offense has been sputtering. They'd only get 2 points out of that and more than likely end up punting the way Landrum's defense has been playing. But now, instead of that, LCA has the ball on the 1 yard line with a running back that has the capability of just running straight over people in Nathan Kelly. Dire straits here for Landrum already, and they're going to pitch it out to Kelly, who walks into the end zone untouched for the game's first points with 2 minutes left in the first half. And finally, a score. Legion Collegiate goes up 6-0, pending the extra point. 2 minutes exactly left in quarter number 2. And is that another flag? Yep, I see it there. Right, you can barely see it. Right about where the referee's backpedaling. And yeah, LCA's bringing the offense back out. They're about to go for 2 here. So, yeah, that penalty was against Landrum. It's going to half the distance to the goal. So LCA is going to get this ball on the 1 yard line or so. Yeah, and now LCA is taking a timeout to get their ducks in a row. And I like the aggression by LCA going for 2 here because, I mean, considering how long it took both teams to score and considering the circumstances in which LCA did manage to score, this could be one of the only touchdowns we see in the entire game. So I don't blame LCA at all for wanting to get as many points as possible out of this drive. And likewise, Landrum's defense has really got to stand up here because if they can stop LCA, again, I wouldn't imagine they'd be in position to win this game like 7-6 or something the way it's been going so far. But this is high school football in the year 2020. Strange things always do seem to happen. And they're just going to pitch this out to Kelly again. And Landrum, he got the edge, but we've got another flag. Another flag. We'll see who this one's on. They threw it right as Kelly was going into the end zone, so I assume it was a hold. We've got Patrick Clark looking like he's clapping there at the top of the screen. I think that's Clark. And they're bringing the kicking unit back on, so I guess that was against LCA. Oh, man, and now they are moving this thing way back. All the way to the 12-yard line. So kind of got to kick this one here, but I mean, needless to say, 2A high school kickers usually don't see field goals quite this long. Muschik's got a leg on him. Can he make this one? And this kick is up. Almost perfect on that one. And so After a very long and drawn-out exchange there on the PAT, LCA kicks it through the uprights, come away with 7 points after Landrum fumbles a punt on their own 1-yard line. And now the Cardinals, with 2 minutes left, are going to have to respond. And as much as you hate to be down, a lot of times when a team does get scored on like that, it serves as the wake-up call that really gets them going. It can kind of be the spark that lights the fuse in a sense. We'll see if that's what happens with Landrum moving forward. Got to be thinking they'll need some momentum, and maybe playing from behind instead of playing from a tied position will give them the momentum they need. Muschik stays on the field, ready to send this one deep.
All right, number 4, getting that leg warmed up. Back deep for the Cardinals. Here we go.
Oh, and this one is really low. And it's picked up by Patrick Clark around the 10-yard line. He's going to get this one out. Looks like he get it out to the 25, but they started going backwards. And I think there was a fumble on that play. LCA really dove on the pile there at the tail end. And it looks like Landrum did recover because Cooper Gentry's coming out onto the field, but that could have been a major turn of events if Clark had not been able to hang on to that ball. So 1st and 10 in pretty familiar territory at around their 15-yard line for Landrum. Or now they're going to spot this at the 21. They'll give them forward progress. So 1st and 10, the minute 49 left in the first half. Cardinals coming out with a split backfield look. Looks like Ryan Bunlett and Bo Burnett in there. Or no, it's Ryan Bunlett and Bobby Dodd, and Dodd flexes out. No, they just switched positions. I thought he was going in at receiver. So we'll see what they do with this formation. And it's just going to be a handoff to Bunlett, and he gets 6 yards. So the clock is going to roll, but that is one of Landrum's biggest plays so far. They'll set up 2nd down and 4. Clock's going to keep on ticking, and Landrum does not look like they're in any hurry here. We're below a minute and a half now. Still staying with that split back look. And it's just going to be another handoff to Bunlett. I think Landrum's going to run out the clock here. So we'll probably see maybe one more play and then a punt, time depending. But as it stands now, Bunlett got, I think, 3 yards on that one, so set up 3rd and 1. It'll be interesting to see what they do if Bunlett picks up this first down by a considerable margin. Like if he gets about 10 yards on this one, I imagine Landrum might try and pick up the pace a little bit. But as it stands now, below 50 seconds, they look to be in no hurry. And yeah, just another handoff to Bunlett, and if he got the first, he was really close. And yeah, they are going to call out a first down, and the clock is going to stop while they reset the chain, so Landrum's going to have to run at least one more play here. I'll be stunned if it's anything other than a run up the middle at this point. And LCA really loading up that box. And yeah, that's going to do it. Bunlett, oh, he's got a lane. How much further can he get? And not much further. He's chopped down short of the 40-yard line, and that'll do it for a defensive showdown of a first half. And yep, 3, 2, 1, and that's going to do it for the first half of action here from Cardinal Stadium in Landrum, South Carolina. If you're a fan of defense, you are in the right place. This has been a really interesting game. One, and dare I say, one that's been even tighter than a 7-0 score would imply. Landrum down by 7 going into the locker room on a game that has quite literally been decided by 1 yard to this point after Landrum fumbled that punt on their own 1-yard line, and LCA was able to walk in for the score. But yeah, we're going to see a performance from the Landrum band. Maybe got a little bit more of their routine down from last week. And until then, the clock is set at 15 minutes. Usually it takes them about 20, so I'm going to turn the microphone around and take a little break myself. We'll be back with second half action in, again, about 20 minutes.
Chesnee over Blacksburg 14-6 at halftime. Chapman over Union 34-12. We'll have more scores coming up. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me in welcoming the Landrum High School Cardinal Pride. The Landrum High School Marching Band is presenting their 2020 show, Game On. The band is under the direction of Sam Studden, assisted by Courtney Band. Band assistant Natasha Mills. Color guard instructors Brianna Foster and Jessica Perkins. The drum major is Megan Hutchins. And the band captain is Clark Bagwell. Please welcome the best little band in Spartanburg County, the Cardinal Pride.
Joe, drop that. Do it. What piece y'all need? The little blue piece? You need the blue or you need the... Both of them? Oh, no, toss it that far. Alright. Set right there.
Hey, Dad. Oh, wait. No. Okay, I've got it. Hey, it's hooked onto the other USB extension cord. Pull that one up. Okay, Dad's got it.
Yeah, the Cardinal Pride.
Yeah, and just plug the blue cord into the box. Okay.
be. Was Arnold Prize. Good job, good job. Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, I apologize for the video interruption that occurred there during the halftime show. I was up there on the roof with my cameraman. Usually I'll go up there at halftime. We'll kind of discuss the offenses, what they could do better, what they need to keep on doing. And while we were up there, I accidentally unplugged the camera and caused the video to go out. So we had to scramble to get that hooked back up. We're back and ready to roll now. Everything's fine. About, I'd say, maybe 7 minutes removed from getting the second half underway. Until then, I'm just going to go ahead and mute the microphone, stay here, hope we don't mess anything else up. Second half action coming your way from Landrum, South Carolina shortly. All right, and it looks like we are about ready to get underway. The timer in the stadium is about to expire. It's got about 15 seconds or so. We are just about ready to start the third quarter here from Landrum. Nope, never mind. LCA is headed back to the sideline. They were in kickoff formation there for a second, and yeah, there they go. Now they're back. Not quite sure what that was about. So if you missed the first half, you really didn't miss much. Only 7 points scored total, as you can see on the scoreboard, and they weren't very contested points because Landrum fumbled a punt on their 1 yard line. LCA took over from there and scored on a 1 yard touchdown run. Oh man, but they're about to score here! And what a nice shoestring tackle by Patrick Clark. Yeah, the way Landrum's offense has been moving so far, that could have been ball game if LCA scored there. Patrick Clark with an astounding tackle to stop that return dead in its tracks. Still a really good one. LCA gets it out to the 48, but could have been disastrous for Landrum to start things out. Oh man, and there was a personal foul tacked onto the end of that, so the Lancers are going to take over at the 38-yard line. Landrum catching some tough breaks early. And Liam Graham in the backfield ready to block. This is where the... Oh, and the ball is loose! Landrum dives on top of it! What a turn of events! LCA has been struggling with the handoffs all night long. That one hits the ground for the third time, and the third time is the charm for that Cardinal defense. They're able to pounce on top of that one and gain 5 yards in the process. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the LCA 43-yard line. Landrum with some of their best field positions so far. But yeah, just as I was saying that Liam Graham was out there, when they've had him in the backfield in that faux eye sort of look with him as a blocker, that's where they've had the most success running the ball. And then lo and behold, they fumble it on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. And Bobby Dodd going to take this one to the outside and once again cannot get the edge. LCA is not going to let him get by them by any means. He's going to lose 2 on that one, I think. It's going to bring up 2nd down. We'll see where they spot it. And they're going to say he got back to the line. So 2nd down and 10. Not even a minute into the third quarter and fireworks already. And Gentry with the play action fake. This one's over to Clark. He catches the tunnel screen, and what a great tackle there by LCA. He was gone if they did not bring him down there. As it stands, it's a gain of around 7. Bring up 3rd down and 3. Or 3rd and 2, actually. Landrum once again returning to that split back look. Here we go again. They're going to hand this one off to Bunlett, and I don't know that he got the 1st down, but he sure got really close to it. Either 1st and 10 or 4th and inches, and they're going to call for a measurement, I think. Or no, they're going to call it a 1st down. So Landrum finally getting those chains moving again. They are out across midfield to the LCA 47. looking to build up a little bit more momentum after that fumble. And more flags. What would this game be without an appearance from them? They played quite a role in that first half. There were a lot of penalties, and this one's going against Landrum. They'll march this one back. First down and 15, and they are now back in their own territory. You can hear one of LCA's coaches saying that Landrum's going to run a stick route. We'll see if they do. And, oh, man, they didn't get a chance to run a stick route there. The entire LCA defensive line came in and stopped that run at the point of attack. That's going to be a loss of at least 5. Yeah, second down and 20 now. So they didn't quite run a stick route, but LCA definitely had that one sniffed out. There was a 3-point convergence there at the ball. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Bobby Dodd, Cooper Gentry, and I believe Ryan Buntley were all in at that mesh point at once, and so was the LCA defense. So second and 20. Gentry just going to roll out here, and this pass is complete out to Patrick Clark. First completion in a while that hasn't come on a screen anyway. And Clark gains about 11 yards there. We'll bring up, I'll call it third down and 9.
Third down, 9 to go for the Cardinals.
Landrum making a few adjustments at the line. Gentry has 2 receivers on either side. And LCA sending the heat. Gentry's just got to get this one off. Passes high. Bobby Dodd was able to bring it in, and I don't know that he had much hope there. He's taken down after a gain of just a gain of 2. Really good defense there by LCA and Landrum. I don't think they're punting here. I think they're just shifting up the personnel a little bit. It's going to be fourth down and 7. They are kind of in no man's land, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Yep. Or no. Yep, it's just going to be a pooch kick from Gentry. He's the quarterback and their punter. Oh, and this one's going to take a really nice roll. Oh, and Landrum stops it. It kind of bounced back there, but LCA is going to get the ball at the 6-yard line. So Landrum, winners and a loss on that drive, able to pin LCA really, really deep. If they can get another sack or another fumbled snap, they'll be in really good hands. It'll be first and 10 when LCA gets back out onto the field. They're over there in the huddle on the corner of the screen. We have not seen a lot of Nathan Kelly. He just shredded the Cardinals defense on the opening drive. It kind of stalled out after LCA got behind the sticks when their quarterback, Helinski, was sacked. And Kelly's not even in the game. I think this is Zion Rashid. Yeah, that's Rashid. And he finds a nice little crease, and he's able to get about 7 yards there. Out across the 10-yard line, spotted at the 13. Bring up second down and 3. So here we go once more. Zion Rashid still in the game. Liam Graham in as well. Or no, that's not Rashid. This is a new running back. That is J.D. Robinson, the sophomore. And he picks up a yard or 2. He's going to set up third down and 1. Crowd is almost silent right now. Almost halfway through the third quarter. LCA just has 1 yard to go. Nathan Kelly is now in the game. And they're just going to send it up the middle with him. But he breaks it to the outside, and he's got a crease. And it's going to take a lot of Landrum DBs to bring him down. He rumbles all the way out to the 41-yard line. And going up against smaller members of the secondary, I think that went about as Nathan Kelly would have expected it to. Would not hesitate to say at all that he's got 50 pounds on a lot of those guys. A true force of nature coming out of the backfield, and it's well more than enough to pick up a first down for LCA. Ball is at the 41. LCA getting some nice yardage on this drive, but Nathan Kelly is checked out of the game. Zion Rashid is back in, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That is number 16, Camden Pruitt, with the tackle for loss. Second down and 14. And they're going to motion Rashid way out. And Landrum has a free rusher. That was Pruitt coming in. And he was not able to hit home on Helinski, but he put enough pressure on him to force an incompletion there. Pass was high and out of bounds. And it's going to set up third down and 14 for the Lancers. All right, and Helinski really looking long. This is going to be a contested catch, and it's over the heads of everyone. Vic Lindsay, the intended receiver there on the post, and nothing happening. Clock is going to stop with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Still 7-0. Landrum set to get the ball back here in a moment. Fourth down and 14. And this kick, oh, that's a nice punt. Going to be fielded by Patrick Clark at the 24-yard line, and he's just going to take a knee there. So Colin Muschik, the kicker and the punter for the Lancers, with another really nice punt. And the Cardinals, oh, we got a flag. We'll see how this one goes. They are moving the chains back, so Landrum's going to retain possession here for sure. Not really sure what this could be since Clark didn't return that kick. The refs look like they're still getting it sorted out. And it's against Landrum, it looks like. Yep. That one's going against Landrum. So some pretty good field position around the 30-yard line is going to get marched all the way back to the 15. Tough sledding for the Cardinals there. First down and 10. And Avi Dodd finally able to reel in a pass there, and now he looks to be shaken up. We hope he's okay. We'll take a quick break.
Avi Dodd is the Cardinal picking up on the play.
And Bobby Dodd is up on his feet walking off the field on his own strength. Good to see that he's okay. I think he'll come out of the game for a couple plays, but hopefully he'll be back and ready for action before long. Until then, his efforts are not in vain. He was able to pick up 7 yards on that first down completion. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 now for the Cardinals. And LCA, I don't know, kind of looked like they jumped there. I guess they timed up the snap count really well, and it pays off. That's Eli Quinn taken down after, oh, they're going to say he gained 2 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. I thought he lost some there.
3rd down, 1 to go.
Under 4.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. And LCA jumps. That's going to be another free 1st down for Landrum. They have been playing aggressive all night, and Landrum has really taken advantage of it. Yep, and there's the signal. 1st down, Cardinals.
Move those chains. That's enough for the Cardinals. 1st down.
So here we go again. 1st down and 10. Gentry back to throw. Looking deep. And now he's flushed out of the pocket. Just tries to get rid of that one. And Patrick Clark actually caught it. I don't know that he gained anything. And he actually picks up 2 yards there. So getting a couple of style points in addition to those yards. I really thought Gentry was just going to throw that one away. Credit to Clark to get in the area and hang on to that pass. And we've got a timeout, Landrum. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. 15-35 overall. Landrum really looking for some kind of offensive momentum here. Both teams have struggled mightily, but Landrum has not won the turnover battle, and that has really been the difference so far. And both teams are back out onto the field. LCA broke the huddle a little bit before Landrum did. We'll see what unfolds here. 2nd down and 8. Landrum still sticking with that split backfield look. 3 wide receivers, and they're all split out way toward the sideline. Gentry takes the snap, and he was handing that one off to... Actually, it looked like he was going to keep that one, but we got flags everywhere yet again. And that is a false start against the Cardinals. When they take 1 step forward, they take 1 step back, it seems. 2nd down and 13. And got an inverted veer here. It's kept by Gentry, who breaks the tackle. He's loose. This could be the play they needed. Cooper Gentry off to the races, heading for the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. You can feel the momentum shifting in the building. What a play. And of course, there's a flag thrown. I would guess this one's for celebration. Landrum's going to keep the points, I imagine. And we are an extra point away from a tied game. Man, what a run. Just a little option play there by the Cardinals. Really good play design, just an inverted veer. Both the quarterback and the running back kind of go out toward the sideline. And the quarterback can kind of keep it and run outside the tackles, or he can hand it off to the running back and go, who can go all the way over the sideline. Gentry made the right read, kept it, and took it straight up the middle for a 60-some-odd yard touchdown run. And now we've got, Landrum didn't have enough people on the field. I still don't know that they've gotten enough people out there. Nobody seems to want to block for this extra point. Or maybe they're just packed in tight. I don't know. I think that's 11. So Dylan Arthur out to tie this game up. And kick is up. And we've got a tied ball game, 7-7. Both teams finally getting some points on the board. It took us almost 3 quarters to get here, but we've done it. Both teams have scored, 7-7. Game is tied. And we've got another flag. We've got another flag. And I think they're just going to pick that one up. Oh, nope. And we've got running into the kicker. Penalty is declined. So score is going to remain 7-7. I suppose Landrum could have halved the distance to the goal and gone for 2 to try and take a 1-point lead. But I think kicking the PAT is a smart thing here. Because, again, LCA is, honestly, I'd say a little bit overdue for a turnover considering how Landrum's first half went in that regard. I mean, the way these defenses have been playing, I would not at all be surprised if the next score, whenever it comes, ends up being the game winner. Because, I mean, both of these defenses have just played lights out. Unless he's on some kind of pitch count, I would be very surprised if we didn't see a heavy dose of Nathan Kelly on this upcoming drive. Though actually, if that 15-yard penalty from the celebration after the touchdown is still looming, and this kick is going to get moved up 15 yards anyway, I think now would be a good time to go onside. And nope, they're going to kick it deep. This one is fielded at the 10-yard line, and he's taken down right at the 25. That was Austin Harris, I believe, making the initial contact, and then a couple other Cardinals getting him out of bounds. Right where he would have been if he just let that roll into the end zone, I suppose. Yep, ball spotted right at the 25-yard line, and the Cardinal defense, which, again, that 7 points is a little bit misleading. The only touchdown LCA's had came on the Landrum 1-yard line after a fumbled punt. I mean, other than that, the Landrum defense played exceptionally well. And there is Nathan Kelly, big man in the backfield, number 5. And coming out with a strong eye here. Tight end and a fullback in the game. And Kelly takes this one to the outside. And again, it's going to take a lot of players to bring him down, but they were really lucky that they got him down when they did, because the safety, I couldn't quite get a number, but the far side safety got absolutely pancaked on that run. If Kelly had broken free, he would have been going straight to the end zone on that play, but instead it's a gain of only 6, and that play will end at a great open field tackle by the Landrum Cardinals. 2nd down and 4. Again, in that strong eye formation, they're just going to hand this one off to Kelly. He's able to pick up a 1st down. He's still going, and he's got some room. And that's Austin Harris bringing him down past the 50-yard line. He is strong, but he's not. He is no Tyreek Hill, I'd say. Not the fastest man on the field, but still quite a load to bring down. And he's able to pick up another first down for the Lancers. I think we've got a new fullback in there. I don't think that's Liam Graham. And, oh, we got a rollout pass. He's got a man open, but this one is already underthrown. Oh, and what an adjustment there. That's Vic Lindsay coming back to the ball for the biggest play of the game on the LCA side. And so for the first time in this game, the Lancers are rolling on offense. Again, I thought that was picked for sure. That was a great adjustment by Vic Lindsay to recognize that the pass was overthrown, make his way through the Landrum secondary, and come back to the ball. Exceptional play there, and it gets LCA inside the red zone where, again, it's always a good place to be, but they've had their struggles in this area of the field. But, again, with the strong I formation, they seem to have found something of a rhythm. And I'm not sure what... Yeah, they faked the handoff to Kelly. I think Halitsky was going to try to roll out and score right there. Had a man running in the end zone. I think he was covered anyway, but as it stands, that's going to be a loss of 4 yards. LCA might be overthinking this a little bit. And yet we are ticking under a minute now. Just 13 minutes total left in the game. This could be the last play of the third quarter. And yeah, now they're going to hand it off to Kelly. And he's still going. He's got a running lane into the end zone. Touchdown, Lancers! So much for that being the last play of the quarter. Nathan Kelly with his second rushing touchdown of the game, and probably the biggest of the game too, puts the Lancers back up. And once more, the Cardinals are going to be forced to score if they want to win this thing. Colin Muschik out to attempt the extra point and extend the lead back to 7. This kick is a little low, but it goes through the uprights, no problem. And LCA is back up by 7. Pressure once again on Landrum. They have not led in this entire game. They got something going with that quarterback run on the last drive. Honestly, I'd be surprised if we saw that same inverted veer again, but I would not be surprised to see a heavy dosage of the option on this upcoming drive, because even on those couple of pitch outs that Landrum ran in the first half, LCA did seem to have a little bit of trouble defending it. They weren't popping off huge 20 and 30 yard gains, but they were getting, 5 and 6 yards at a time. It wasn't anything to shake your head at, so I'd be surprised if they stray away from that and go for a more pass-oriented approach here, because really so far the option is the only thing that's really worked for them. Muschik stays on the field, ready to send this one deep. And this kick is going to come up a little bit short, fielded at the 1 yard line. This is Bobby Dodd, I believe. Good to see him back in the game. And he takes this one out to the 31 yard line. And yep, that's Bobby Dodd. Got shaken up in the second quarter, but now he's back on the field. Good to see he's ready to go. First down and 10 from the 31. Landrum looking for answers after a convincing touchdown drive from LCA. Coming out in that split backfield look. That's a good formation to run the triple option from. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Nice pitch out to Bobby Dodd, and good job of LCA to swarm to the ball. It looked like he had a really nice running lane open there. And they're able to get in some nice pursuit and stop that after a gain of 6. So exactly what I figured we'd see out of the Cardinals. Good old triple option play with a little New age wrinkle coming out of the shotgun formation. And Landrum kind of taking their time now. Oh, they're going to let the clock run out on the third quarter. So this one will be decided in the fourth. 12 minutes to go in the ball game. LCA up 14-7 in what has been a defensive slugfest with small sparks of offensive flashes. With small sparks of offensive efficiency, I should say. We will be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, sides of the field are swapped. Clock is set back to 12 minutes, and you can cut the tension with a knife in here. 2nd down and 4 for the Cardinals. Their defense has been playing well all game and got shredded on that last drive. Oh, and more flags. Making their presence felt as well. The referees have had a very busy day. Let's see who this is on. Most of these flags have been false starts and offside penalties, which is interesting considering that both of these teams have played at least one game. Landrum's played 2, and this one goes against the Cardinals. It's going to turn a 2nd and 4 into 2nd and 9. Moving backwards already to start the 4th. No time elapsed on that one. And Landrum's going to return to that split back look. And Gentry's going to look to pass. Clark is open. Oh, no! Oh, we telegraphed that one. That was Niven Barnes. Cooper Gentry throwing his 3rd interception of the game. And I think LCA might have been waiting all night on that throw, because Barnes was lurking there at that safety spot and then came down right at the last minute and plucked that thing out of the sky like it was intended for him the whole way. Good job on LCA watching their film there, and a better job by Barnes to really adapt to that throw and break on the ball. Gentry kind of floated that one out to the sideline, and he paid dearly for it. LCA goes up 20-7. And this kick is up and good. Landrum now facing their biggest deficit of the night. Their scheme enables them to score in a hurry, but you've got to be thinking, with the way their offense is performed, the writing on the wall might be starting to become apparent. They've really, really got to get something going on this drive. The option runs have worked well when they've been there. It's just a matter of calling them consistently, I'd say. I mean, to end the 3rd quarter, they had that nice pitch out, got about 6 yards on it, and then had that false start penalty. I think they might have gotten a little bit flustered, tried to throw it to make those yards back up, and that's where it cost them. I think if they deviate from that formula, that's kind of where things start to go awry. So expect to see another heavy dose of the option moving forward here as Cooper Gentry tries to recover from throwing his 3rd interception of the game. Colin Muschik ready to send this one deep. Oh, we got all of that one. It's going to bounce into the end zone. And the Cardinals are going to take over the 25. Got some pushing and shoving there around the 25-yard line, and I just kind of let that one go. Cardinals will be taking over right where they had the ball a second ago. First down and 10. Oh, from the 20, actually. And they're just going to hand this one off. I think that's Ryan Bunlett getting about 3 yards on the carry there. It's a nice, safe play to try and get the drive started. Bring up second down and 7. I think that might have been an option handoff. I'm not totally sure. Gentry kind of was looking to the top of the screen there, so that could have been a read. Not totally sure, though. And that was definitely Reed, handing it off to Bobby Dodd, who makes a nice cutback, makes another nice cut, and gets out past the sticks. A lot of effort for a gain of 8 yards, but they were 8 yards that the Cardinals needed dearly. And they're able to pick up a first down on a run that was really just all Bobby Dodd there. 2 really nice cuts to the inside of the field, able to shake off some LCA defenders and get out to around the 32. And now they're going to hand this one off to Bunlett again, and he is stuffed right around the line of scrimmage. I think he got a yard, but that'd be it. And they're going to say he got 3. I guess he dove forward there at the end. Second down and 7. So a nice little run there to start out that set of downs. Ball is just short of the 35. And Bunlett again. Landrum really looking to establish this option run up the middle. He's able to get about 5 yards there. He'll bring up 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3, depending on where they spot him. And yeah, 3rd down and 2 for the Cardinals. Gotta have this one.
4th down. 2 to go.
And it's just another run up the middle. Bunlett, and I think he got a yard. He's out to the 40. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. They actually moved it back to 3rd and 3. So yeah, 4th down and 2. And I mean, the Cardinals don't have any choice now. We just ticked below 10 minutes left in the game. The Landrum has to go for this. Looks to be a yard and a half. 4th and 2. And just another. Oh, Gentry kept this one, and he pitches it out to Bobby Dodd, who's taken out half a yard short of the sticks. I think they're going to call for a measurement, but he did not get that one. Gentry made the right read in pitching it out to Dodd there at the end, but they just had that one snuffed out. And yeah, that was already 4th down. The refs are kind of in a 5th down situation here. The refs are still calling for a measurement, but yeah, that was 4th down right there. So some confusion now. As it stands, it's 4th and 1. They are going to call for a measurement, which, again, I don't think he was even close to picking up that first down. But we'll see anyway. I guess it depends on what hand the ball was in when he went out of bounds. If it was in his right hand, he might have made it further than he would have if it was in his left. And it's right there at the bottom of your screen. LCA is already signaling, and yep, Lancer football at the 42-yard line. So again, I mean, triple option run. Gentry made the right read. Maybe pitched it a little bit early, but they were going to the near side of the field, so that's excusable. But I mean, LCA just had that one sniffed out, and I think they knew what was coming and were really able to prepare for it. And honestly, given the way LCA can run out the clock, they haven't really made a point of it in the same way that Chesnee did. But given the way that LCA's offense would allow them to run out the clock, that could be your ball game. But 9:42 left. Landrum still does have 2 timeouts. And they've done a good job of stopping LCA in the backfield when they haven't handed it off to Nathan Kelly. But Nathan Kelly, I mean, a force of nature to say the least, especially this late in the game. He's got to be maybe 6'0", 250. We don't have weights listed on these rosters, but he is huge. I mean, like borderline fullback, really good football player. He's able to run forward for 9 yards there. We'll bring up 2nd down and 1. LCA looking to close this thing out. They're going to snap this with less than 9 minutes. Hey! And they've got a jet sweep out to 14 with Nathan Kelly as a lead blocker and another flag. As it stands now, it's a 1st down. That's Isaac Kramer, the senior wide receiver, on the carry. We'll check the marker. Again, I really don't think the Lancers need to get that fancy. And this flag's going against LCA. I think that's a holding call. That's going to march him back 10 yards. Or no, just 5, but still a big loss. Again, I can see where they'd want to open up the playbook a little bit, but at this point, your best option is handing it off to Nathan Kelly, and any deviation from that is an opportunity for Landrum to get back in this game. Oh, and LCA gets those yards right back, I think. Both teams kind of pointing at each other there in the trenches. And the refs are going to take a moment to sort this one out, too. .8:38 left, and LCA is actually moving back. So false start against the Lancers. They actually called that 2nd and 7, so now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Cardinals really getting some breaks here. LCA once again in that strong eye look, a tight end and a fullback in the game. Oh, I think he fumbled the snap. And the referee threw something. I don't know what that was. It wasn't a flag. And I guess he picked it right back up. It's 3rd and 12. LCA really, really lucky to not fumble that one. I think that's their 4th fumbled snap of the game. They've only lost 1, but still a big concern. And now 3rd down and 12. Again, as tempting as it may be to pass, you cannot overthink this. Hand this off to Nathan Kelly, set up a 4th down and manageable. And yeah, they are just going to pitch this out to him, and he's chopped down right around the 39-yard line. So Landrum catches a little bit of a break there. Oh, they're going to spot him at the 40. This is going to be 4th down and 9. So Landrum actually with an opportunity to get... Oh, and LCA sending out the punt team. I figured they'd go for it. They are kind of in no man's land, but they're going to try to pin Landrum deep and maybe go for another safety or a fumbled snap or something. We'll see. Clock is ticking. We're just over 7.5 minutes left in this ball game. But Landrum does have 2 timeouts. And this punt went way up in the air. It's going to bounce down at the 20. Oh, and it takes a really nice roll, though, out to the 11-yard line. So with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left to go, Landrum is not completely out of this. Great job by the Cardinal defense to stop LCA in its tracks on what started out as a pretty promising drive. And now the Cardinals, you got to be thinking this is do or die territory. They have to have the touchdown here. Cooper Gentry really got to find a way to recover from that last interception. He had a while to think about it, a while to game plan, and they're going to hand this one off. A lot of movement there in the offensive box, but at the end of the day, it's just a handoff to Eli Quinn, who's taken down behind the line of scrimmage for, I think that was a loss of 1. And no, they're just going to call it 2nd and 10. So Landrum really not in that much of a hurry. We're below 7 minutes now. Cardinals kind of taking their time here. Cooper Gentry has 3 receivers off to his right, 1 to his left. Ryan Bunlett in the backfield, and Bunlett's going to swing out. It's an option run, and LCA was ready for it. Bunlett making some men miss. He gets out past the 20-yard line to the 22 to set up what will be 3rd and inches. Nope, first down, Landrum.
Okay, that's enough for the Cardinals. First down.
And both defenses now looking pretty gassed. Turning into something of a war of attrition down there in the trenches. Whoever wants this game more is going to be the one that wins it for sure. Landrum sticking with that trips formation. Gentry dropping back to throw. No one open. Oh, wait! He's got a man. It's Patrick Clark! Down to the 20. Taken down at the 15-yard line. A huge play for Landrum. Could not have dialed it up at a better time. What a catch and run. Cooper Gentry making up for that pick 6 he threw on the last drive. Landrum is inside the 15 with 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go in this one. There is still quite a deficit to come back from, but the momentum is on their side for the first time in a while, you'd think. And now they're going back to the split back look, probably going to stick with more option running. And the clock's actually going to wind now. Chains are set. We're below 6 minutes. And nope, they've got everybody really bunched up there at the bottom of the screen. Gentry's going to roll out, and he hits Bobby Dodd in the flat. And yeah, he never had that one. He might have gotten the yard if he held on, but really nice job by the LCA secondary to hit him hard at the point of attack and knock that ball out before he ever got a chance to secure it. 2nd down and 10. Landrum can pick up a first down without scoring here. The marker's at the 4.
2nd and 10.
And they're going to hand this one off to Bunlett. He's trying to break it to the outside, and it looked like for a second he was going to be able to break away from Vic Lindsay, but just could not pull it off. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Tried to bounce that one to the outside. Or no, they're going to say he gained 3 yards on that one, so 3rd and 7. Nice effort there by Bunlett to make something out of nothing. I thought they got him down at the line for sure. And that slot corner's playing kind of loose at the top of the screen. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bootleg, and it is a bootleg. He's got a man over. It's Patrick Clark. Touchdown, Cardinals! Just what the doctor ordered with 5 minutes left. Landrum is back on the scoreboard. Yep, that is exactly what I saw. I couldn't get a number, but that slot corner was playing way looser than they've been playing all night. I figured they'd try to roll it to the left to exploit that matchup, and I mean, that is exactly what they ended up calling. The perfect play call, and it nets the Cardinals another touchdown. And now Dylan Arthur, who has not had a very busy evening, out to get this one to 14-7, and he does! Landrum back within 7 points. Set to kick this one deep in just a few moments, and now comes really what you could call part 2 of a 3-part comeback effort. They've got to stop LCA. They have 2 timeouts. Again, with 5 minutes left, time isn't really the biggest factor at this point. There's really still time for LCA to get the ball, punt, give it to Landrum, have Landrum punt, and then Landrum stop him again. There's time enough for that. It'd be ideal for Landrum to stop him here and then go on to the last possession on the final drive. But a lot of different possibilities here, but the facts remain the same. Landrum, first off, has to stop LCA here, or, I mean, I guess they could go onside if they want. Wouldn't be the best idea, but they could. Landrum has to stop LCA and then has to go down the field and score again. And looks like there's some confusion on the kickoff here. I think Patrick Clark didn't have the T wanted. Looks like they've got everything sorted out now, though. Clark ready to send this one deep. And No indication that this is going to be an onside kick. Again, I would be really surprised if that's what they tried here. And yeah, Clark's just going to send this one deep. It has a lot of backspin on it. It's fielded at the 17. Oh, and he muffed it! And he's able to scoop it back up. That's Sky Woodard getting it out right to the 20-yard line. And that Landrum sideline is fired up. Oh, and we've got flags. Oh no, this could be a sideline infraction. There were some coaches kind of straddling that line there. Not really sure what this is. 4:53 left now. It's going to be a 1st and 10 when we get all this sorted out. And I'm really not sure what that call is, but it's against LCA, so that's going to march the Lancers back. Would have taken over at the 20. I think they're going to call it. Yeah, half the distance to the goal, so the Lancers have the ball at, actually I think I spotted it at the 9.5. So the Lancers, it's kind of a double-edged sword here. They do have a long field to work with, but at the same time, that gives them more opportunities to bleed out this clock if they're able to pick up a few first downs. And, yep, there goes Nathan Kelly straight up the middle, and the Cardinal defense really having a tough time taking him out, and they're going to take him out of bounds. I do think that helps them out because they'll stop the clock, but as it stands, that is a 20-yard run on first down. Needless to say, that's not the kind of stuff you can have if you're wanting to come back in a game where you're down 7 with less than 5 minutes to go. I've been told it was some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against LCA on the kickoff. That's what pushed them back, but the yardage doesn't really seem to matter. It was a gain of about 25 there on first down for Nathan Kelly. He's having quite a day. And they're going to hand it off to Kelly again. Great blocking by the offensive line, and Kelly is loose. Heading down the sideline and down to the 23-yard line. And maybe the Cardinals should have gone for that onside kick. 2 rushes, and I think Nathan Kelly's already got 50 yards on this drive alone. And I mean, this is exactly what Landrum struggled with last week. When they got into the fourth quarter, they could not stop the runs up the middle. I think their defense is just gassed. And you can see all those defensive linemen down there, hands on their hips, the linebackers kind of trotting around. Not where you want to be defensively. Coming out in that strong eye look now. Nathan Kelly's out of the game. That's the good news for the Cardinals. But Zion Rashid is able to find a nice crease and pick up 7 or 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd down, and they're going to call it 2nd down and 2. LCA now in the red zone. Ball's on the 14-yard line. So, moreover, we got about 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. So, not only is LCA in scoring range, but they're in field goal range too. So even if they don't pick this up, if they kick a field goal here, I think that'll be it. And, oh, nice effort by the Cardinal defense. Zion Rashid is taken down. I think they got him just short of the line to gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and inches, I would imagine. Oh, no, they're moving this one back. They got him in the backfield. Oh, wait, did they? Yeah, I think they're going to mark that as a loss of 1. So 3rd and 3. One of the most important plays of the game so far for this Cardinal defense. Can they get one more stop? Well, they may need 2 more, actually. I'm really not sure of what they try to do here. Because if LCA, you know, they run this, pick up a yard, do they go for it on 4th and 2 and try to put this thing away? And we've got flags. Somebody jumped. I don't know who this is against. This is going to be a huge call, though. The referee's getting this one sorted out. And it's against LCA. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. So now that might push them out of field goal range. Ball is on the 25-yard line. If they don't gain anything here, it's going to be a 37-yard field goal. Oh, no, it was a delay of game against LCA, not an offside. And everybody really bunched in there tight. Again, with that strong eye look, they're going to hand it off to Nathan Kelly, and Landrum cannot stop it. Nathan Kelly into the end zone. That's going to do it. Touchdown, Lancers. What a game for Nathan Kelly. He has had his way with this Cardinal defense. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the game, and it could not have come at a better time. A minute 53 left in the 4th quarter. LCA looking to go back up by 14 points. Unless Landrum has a miracle up their sleeve, this could be the icing on the cake. Oh, and more flags. I think Landrum jumped there. And the kick is up and good. LCA back up by 14. Score is 28-14 in a game that LCA led 7-0 at halftime. So the offense is finally coming alive for both teams. But for Landrum, perhaps just too little too late. They have 113 seconds to do the unthinkable and pull off a 14-point comeback in less than 2 minutes. Needless to say, you've got to have your best plays drawn up, and your best players have to step up and make those plays if you're going to even have a chance to pull this off. And it's all going to start up front with the offensive line. They have struggled blocking all night, and they've got to find some kind of new protection scheme, maybe keeping both backs in there to try and help Gentry out, sending 3 receivers out and having that be it. But it's all going to start up front in the trenches. They've got to find a way just to protect Gentry and let him throw downfield. Muschik's kick is headed for the end zone. Ball's going to be spotted at the 20. That's a touchback.
Cardinals take over on the 20. Going the other way, trying to answer that pass. That's a score.
And I think we got a timeout by LCA there. Want to make sure they've got all their ducks in a row before this final drive starts up for Landrum. All right, so 1st and 10. Looks like we've gotten everything sorted out. LCA, I'm really not sure what they discussed because they're in the same formation they've been in all night defensively. And Gentry is running for his life already. Gonna pick up a couple of yards. It'll depend on where they spot him. I think he might have gotten, I think we're gonna say he picked up 3 on that run. Clock does stop. Only 8 seconds come off, so that's a win for Landrum. And it's going to set up 2nd down and 7, yeah. So offensive line already not protecting well enough for Gentry to really get some downfield passes off. Had to roll out there early. See if they can get a little something going here. They're going to motion Bobby Dodd to the bottom of the screen, and they've got the numbers over there. Dodd is open, going for the whole shot. It's caught by Dodd at the 44-yard line, right in between the quarterback and the safety. What a nice throw by Cooper Gentry, able to get the Cardinals rolling again. Clock is going to stop to reset the chains. It'll restart once those are set, and Landrum really doesn't look to be in any hurry here. Ball's at the 45 now. Gentry looking deep again. Got a clean pocket, and he's airmailing this one out to... It's a simultaneous catch, it looks like. That's Noah Hyder. LCA saying interception. If that's a simultaneous catch, it goes in... The possession is retained by the passers. I guess we'll see what the ruling is. There is a flag down. There's a lot to unpack here.
We'll talk about it.
And I'm really not sure what's happening here. I think they're going to say maybe no, it looks like they're moving this one all the way back. Whatever happened seems to have gone against Landrum. And we're still going. Still going. And nope, now he's moving the other way. I have no idea what is happening here. Okay, so after all that, it's a 15-yard gain for Landrum. I think they're going to say that there was pass interference on that catch, and Landrum accepted the penalty, otherwise it was going to be intercepted. So really they gained 15 on that one, and time-wise they're doing really good. I think they've only burned about 20 seconds on this drive, and they've gone around 30 yards. And now we've got another stoppage. And okay, the referees are signaling to wind the clock, and there it goes. Landrum not quite set. Time's ticking down. They got to get going. Gentry looking deep again. Line's holding up, going over the middle, and incomplete. He's heading for Hyder again. I think he zigged when Gentry thought he was going to zag on that one. 70 seconds left in this one. Landrum wants to win this thing. They're going to have to score within the next 2 plays, I'd say, and then bring in an onside kick if they want to have a shot. 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball is on the 40-yard line. Again, I mean, it's not impossible, but the odds are stacked against them in every way, and they're going to hand this off to Bunlett. And are they interesting play call there. They're going to lose 5 yards, and Landrum, again, in no hurry. They're going to call it second. They're going to call this 3rd down and 13, I believe. And Landrum just kind of letting this clock tick down. I'm going to snap this with about 35 seconds left in the game. Okay, DB's at the top are playing really loose. Gentry's looking to throw, going to sling it out to his man, and that one's caught right around the 1st down marker. I don't think he picked it up. That's Franklin Davis with the reception. Clock is stopped at 30.5 seconds. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Good job, Franklin.
Or they'll call it 3rd down and 2. I guess he came back to the ball a little bit on that reception. So, yeah, after a game like that, the decision to run the ball on 2nd down looking even stranger. Now Gentry's going to roll out, looking deep, going for Davis again, and he overthrows him. He had him open. And I think Gentry thought he was going to run that route a little further into the end zone. Just a miscommunication there. That cost the Cardinals big time. That could have been 6. And instead, they get a 4th and 2.
All right, 4th down and 2 for the Cardinals.
So 4th and 2. I mean, I know I've said it 3 or 4 times, but this is your ball game for sure. Gentry's going to roll to his left and under a lot of heat. And that one is Bobby Dodd got his hands on it. Pass is incomplete. And the clock will stop with 18.8 seconds left. LCA can take one knee and call it a night here from Landrum.
Ball incomplete. Ball will roll down to the Lancers.
And so it looks like the Legion Collegiate Academy Lancers are going to move to 1-1 on the season, and the Cardinals are going to drop to 1-2. And the Lancers are in victory formation. And Joey Helinski takes a knee. Landrum is not going to use their timeouts, and that'll do it. So the Lancers of Legion Collegiate Academy with a nice road win over the Landrum Cardinals. And yep, there goes the buzzer. That's going to do it here from Landrum, South Carolina. Signing off, I am your host, Luke Ruff. Let me pull up my schedule. I think we may actually have another Landrum game next. Let me see.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Landrum High School wants to thank you for your attendance at tonight's contest. We ask that you dispose of your trash in the proper receptacles as you leave. Our visitors can exit at the visitor's ticket booth for an easier walk to the market.
All right, so as it stands now, the next live stream event by District 1 Athletics is going to be on Thursday, October 22nd, JV football at Chapman High School, followed by varsity football at Landrum on October 23rd, homecoming here in Cardinal Stadium next week. Same time, same place. I'm Luke Ruff.